Good evening. My name is Dave Puckett. I'm founder of Cognitive Resolution Solutions. This video is an attachment to a private placement memorandum where we're seeking to raise $1 million. I'd like to think the document explains the details and explains the offering in detail, but I wanted to use this video to introduce myself. Personally, I have over $3 million, not to mention loss of income for greater than 10 years. And at 61, realizing I haven't paid into Social Security the last 10 years. And so I'm very anxious to have this be successful. Point being, I'm well vested. We did a friends and family round of a tad bit more and then $150,000 back in 2018. We were offered an acquisition, a buyout by a competitor in 2018 that would have run around $10 million. There was a 6-month due diligence lockdown. We stayed involved in that. Then another opportunity presented itself that would look to be more lucrative with a publicly traded company to white label our technology. We went and put time over there, thus turning down the 10 million, and then COVID hit. COVID's been an interesting thing because it's actually caused the legal industry to embrace technology because the courts were closed and Zoom was forced upon them. Let me comment about the legal industry. You know, every industry has been disrupted by the internet. Let's compare to the medical industry. Things like minute clinics in the major drugstore chains, telemedicine with offshore doctors and being able to get immediate prescriptions have changed the revenue flow and the practices in big insurance companies and big medical groups buying small family practices. So it's time to disrupt the legal industry. I often joke that the old Charlie Brown, where Lucy was selling psychiatric advice for 5 cents. That's illegal, Lucy. She's not a licensed psychologist and she can't deliver for fee services. UPL, unauthorized practice of law, has always been the threat. I was inspired and got in this industry, the ADR, alternative dispute resolution industry, mediation and arbitration as we think of it commercially, in the mid 80s when I was thinking about going to law school and I was at the University of Hawaii. My mentor and of counsel of our company is Dr. Ted Becker, who was my professor at the University of Hawaii, and he's credited with starting the very first community mediation center as an outreach at the University of Hawaii. And that's significant, and I want to kind of let you know why, because being Hawaii was one of the last states, it was the last place we inserted the U.S. legal system. And if you're in Hawaii and you had a conflict prior to the U.S. legal system, you didn't file a lawsuit, do depositions and interrogatories and motions and go to trial. You sat down with a neutral or tribal leaders or kingdom leaders, and it was like a mediation. And mediation now has been ruined by the legal industry, in my opinion. So the legal industry has used that threat of UPL. We're thankful to people like LegalZoom, who's been out for about 20 plus years following the O.J. Simpson trial. The founders of LegalZoom, or at least one of them, was one of the O.J.'s counsel, and they've challenged the UPL piece, and we've recognized it. But its time is to kind of disrupt the legal industry the way Uber had transportation, Airbnb did lodging. We feel avoidcourt.com is kind of right there. We have a variety of brands. I'm going to talk, the document itself talks about it. I just want to tell you, I have a lot of experience in growing, being a serial entrepreneur. Again, I have 3 million vested. I'm 61 years old, and so I'm driving this. I'm more passionate than ever. We think the time is now. We see 24 and 25. If you think of technology, it's on an adoption curve. And the first part of the adoption curve is called early adopters. And that's where traditionally 10 to 15% of companies will pilot proof of concept, this kind of technology, to see its effect. That's what we see us doing in 24, 2025. That's why you don't see revenue projections. We are going to obtain revenue as soon as this year. We're not going to obtain profitability. I didn't want to represent that in this $1 million offering. What we're trying to do in this $1 million offering is get in a position to do $5 million. Now, I know from being in the M&A practice back in the day at KPMG during the .com KPMG LLP, I was a senior manager and practice director in the Microsoft practice, and we took equity positions in startup.coms, good and bad. So I know that whole approach in marketplace. But the time is now. And so I know it's easier to raise $10 million than it is $1 million. But what I want to do is what I call a tranche approach. I hope I have, one individual or a group of individuals that form, and I negotiate the whole $1 million, and we hit milestones. The milestones are in the document, and then be in a position, revenue generating, to go out and raise $5 million, which the SEC allows in crowdfunding, and then probably be in a position to go to 50 to 100 million within 24 months. Hiring a CEO is going to be part of it. We have an interim CEO. We got a really neat management team and board of directors. We have a great plan. We have some IP. The IP, I believe, is worth more in the marketplace. We have a provisional patent. We're in the process of getting a non-provisional patent. We have a key contributor to that I think is going to make it worth $25 million, $20 to $30 million in itself. We offer products front end to our back end dispute engine, and we can white label. So the rest is in the plan. I look forward to talking to you guys. Thanks for your consideration. I apologize for the almost 6-minute length of this video, but this is really exciting technology. Thank you.